Relationship or situationships? Let's talk about it because I do not like a situationship. I just can't handle it. People are so annoying. Okay, so let's get into it. So back in October, I believe, I get a DM from somebody that said, hey, I've been messaging you on Facebook because I hadn't been on Facebook dating in a really long time, but I guess I had opened it, so it popped up my account again, and apparently we had talked in the past. So he DMs me being like, hey, I can't get in touch with you on Facebook, so I thought maybe I would just take my shot and shoot you a DM. I thought, okay, cool, he's proactive, he's really, really nice, like, taking that extra step to get in contact with me. Okay, great. So, we're talking, and then he's like, do you want to meet up for a coffee? I said, yeah, sure. He drove over to my area, and let me tell you, so this guy's Instagram was very, like, he doesn't post photos of himself. It's, like, of nature and a couple of his, like, I guess now I know that they're his friends. So I saw a photo of this guy on his profile, and I thought, oh, okay, like, he's all right, like, whatever, like, I'll still meet him, whatever. This other guy pulls up. We're going to call him French guy, because he's French. So, French guy walks up, and I was like, who are you? Like, you are hot. Like, I was not expecting you. Like, okay, now I'm nervous. Now I'm excited. Now I'm like, okay, this is going to be cute. This is going to be fun. So, we have a cute little coffee. It is what it is. We end up leaving. So then we keep talking, and then we start hanging out more, like, on a regular basis, you know? Like, I would go over to his place, and we would just, like, you know, like, eat a little bit, watch a little bit. You know what it is, okay? We don't need to get into it, but that's what it was, you know? It was just those casual hangouts and just kicking it at his house, okay? So Christmas was about around the corner, right? And he was like, my family's coming into town, but I'm going to try to see you in that time. And, like, through this time, like, we're really vibing, right? Like, when we were meeting, we're really vibing. And I thought, you know what, maybe this might be something. Like, I really am not or wasn't looking for a relationship. So I was okay with the casualness of our situation. Like, it was like, we hang out, we talk, it's great, we vibe, we are connected, you know, we are compatible, if you know what I mean. So I was like, you know what, like, cool. So he was like, I'm gonna try to see you during Christmas time, but his family was in town all of December. So, December's here. I didn't see him at all in December, let me be clear. He didn't try to see me. We were talking, we were texting, but you know what? I just felt it kind of like dwindling. And I'm a Taurus. I don't waste my time. If I feel like the effort is not being put in, then I'm gonna pull away. It's not a lot to, like, see someone for 5-10 minutes. It really isn't. But it is what it is. Like, there's no expectations and no obligation, so I really wasn't too pressed about it. But then, fast forward to, no. So we're texting and stuff like that, but I just feel it dwindling down, you know? I feel it winding down a little bit, and I was like, okay, like, what it was great. If it's not gonna be anything more, that's totally fine with me. So then January hits. We're talking. He's like, hey, I really want to see you. I miss you. And I was like, okay, like, let's get together. So I go over to his place. We're just, like, lying in his bed watching a movie. I know he's trying to, like, you know, get it going. But I'm like, I'm not easy. I'm not just going to give you all of this chocolate if the communication and the consistency isn't there. Like, that's just not how I play. So nothing really happens. Like, yeah, you know, we're not, some stuff did happen, but not the full Monty, okay? Like, we were just kicking it. So later I leave, and then I get a message like a day or so later, hey, how are you feeling about our dynamic? I'm like, I think it's great. Like, I'm enjoying getting to know you. I'm excited to see you more now and everything. And then this man proceeds to tell me, well, I think we need to have, I'm going to call it intimacy. He's like, I feel like we need to have more intimacy to build our relationship. I'm like, relationship? Intimacy? What are you talking about? The one time I didn't give you no chocolate, you now want to come to me and say, oh, what's going on with our dynamic? And, like, to move forward, you need more intimacy? No, sir. If you need more from me, I need more from you. I need more communication. I need more planning of things. And honestly, like, I was fine with our dynamic, so I wasn't going to bring anything up. But because he wanted to get on me about dynamic and intimacy, then I'm like, well, I'm like, what are you looking for? Like, what are you looking for? Are you looking for just a casual hangout? Are you looking for a relationship? He goes to say, I'm not looking for a relationship, but I'm also I don't really like hookups or casual flings. I'm looking for something with, what did he say? I don't know, but he said something, I'm looking for something like a little deeper, like with more depth. I'm like, okay, like, so figure it out then. And I'm the type of person, like, I like a man with a plan. You want to do something? Tell me. You want to go somewhere? Tell me. You want to impress me? Show me. Like, I don't ask for much, but I ask for communication and consistency. So he was just, this was a conversation that lasted days. And I'm just like, I cannot deal with this. Because I'm like, we were texting back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I'm like, this man clearly isn't getting it. So I said, what are you looking for? And he goes, something about more substance and more physical and everything. And after I was like, well, are you looking to date or are you looking just to like continue how we was? And he's like, well, I like our dynamic, but I think I just need more intimacy. I'm like, okay. But then after he was like, but he doesn't want the hookup. So like he wanted a more of a deeper connection. And I'm totally up for that. But you just have to tell me, if you want to like start dating and see where we can go, then make an effort for that. Because you know what? I am in such a great place right now that I'm not going to go out of my way and accept 30% from anyone. Like, if you want to go on a date, tell me. If you want to plan something, let me know. I'm going to come looking cute. But like, I've always been the one that is really so gung-ho. I really want a relationship. I really need the relationship. I don't care about having a relationship right now. If it forms naturally, great. If not, totally fine. So I was like, at this point I was fed up. So I was like, okay, clearly you're saying that you're feeling some type of way. I'm like, you haven't called me. You haven't planned no dates. I don't want to just come over and get into bed with you. Like, I don't want to always have to feel expected to give it to you every time we're hanging out, when some days I just don't want to. I was fine. I didn't need to switch our dynamic, but I'm telling him, okay, if you want to see where this can go, then you need to put the effort in to make this go somewhere, because I will meet you where you're meeting me, but where you're meeting me is like 25%, and I'm just not going to deal with that. So it was just a lot of back and forth, a lot of back and forth. It came to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm done. Like, we just clearly now weren't aligning on anything. And I'm like, you've now ruined this, because we could have just continued the way we were, gradually seen where this was going to go, and just kind of played it by ear. But instead, he wants to talk about our dynamic and how he needs more intimacy and how he needs a deeper connection. But you're not looking for a relationship, but you're also not looking for a hookup. So then what the hell are you looking for? And then when I ask you what you're looking for, you can't tell me. You want more depth. You want a connection with more depth. Well, then how is that shown? Are we going to go out more? Are we going to go on a date? Are we going to do something that's not just lying in your bed? Like, please tell me, because I will do what you would like. I just need to know. And he couldn't tell me. And I'm so done with the runaround. Like, say what you mean and mean what you say. And when I get done, honey, I'm done. Like, I've now checked out of the building. So it was just, you know what? This lasted days, these conversations back and forth, because like it was a response every 12 hours. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'm not here for the child's play. So you know what? There was a point where we just decided like this wasn't gonna work. Like, it just wasn't gonna work. Like, I don't know. He goes, maybe like this isn't the best thing to work out. And I'm just like, okay, great. I'm like, clearly it's not gonna work out because you can't tell me what you want. Can't be clear. And then he sends some other message being like, oh, this is really sad and all of this. And I was really like wanting to like get to know you, and I've enjoyed my time with you. Bitch, you're on red. I'm done. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, you had me, you lost me, you couldn't get it together. So I don't really know about situationships. And I was in another one after that. And let me tell you, he's out of here too, because don't waste my effing time. But this one was a little bit more in depth than the next one, because I did really kind of like this guy. So I could have maybe seen something, but he fumbled the bag. But if you guys want to know more about that one, go to the next video.